Hey, this is Politics with Laura here, or shall I say, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Some more. It's Politics with Laura here. And I have an interview that this information really needs to come out about Nigeria. Now, we have been hearing that, oh no, there's nothing going on. There's no genocide. No, that right there is disinformation. And then other people are saying, yes, there is a genocide going over there and Christians are being terminated. I have to be careful what I say, the algorithm. So I have someone that I'm so grateful for. I call him Mr. X, Mr. X Obi. And I'm grateful for him because he is a Nigerian. He has firsthand experience in what's going on there. And he's going to give us what he sees or has seen and what he knows that is a fact or that are facts. So we're going to bring him up and we're going to most definitely goodness, I'm sorry. So we are going to most definitely make sure that this information gets out.
Mommy, because I thought we were supposed to conserve it.
I just love that. I love it. Okay. Thank you, Mr. OBX. Thank you so much for coming up. Thank you. Thank you. Because I have been trying for a while to get someone to talk to me just about the politics. But now it's not only about the politics, it is so much more. Nigeria is going through a horrible time. And I would love for you to be able to just to tell us, the audience, what you have seen and what you know about President Tinubu and his connection to this and the Nigerian government and what the Christian people are going through. So, hello, welcome.
First of all, like I always say, I really appreciate the opportunity. So because for me, I might not have the medium to actually get out this information, but you really offered me this opportunity, and I really appreciate. So because this is the least for the victims at home, like the victim. It's personally, I have not had my family member go through some of these kidnappings and terrorism of the Islam, jihadist Islam in Nigeria. So, but I know that there are people for first hand I've seen it, and I've had people speak about it also. Um, Actually, the issue in Nigeria is that one of the main issue in Nigeria is that the government is complacent about the 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 activities of the jihadist movement, because the jihad, that's what I should call it at this moment. The government working hand in hand, they are lobby, like should I say lobby? They are settling in a way, like they are giving funds with to the terrorists, like negotiating, like when the terrorists capture people, the government will go and negotiate with them. And you don't negotiate with terrorists, you eliminate them.
Oh,
That's
I'm
the
sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for 1 second. Let me go ahead and say this to make sure that no one will say, hey, Politics with Laura, he's not a real Nigerian. You're making this up. You're trying to, muddy the waters, blah, blah, blah. No, he's a real Nigerian. And I want him to not show who he is for protection. It's real. It is real. So if you're going to say anything negative, please don't say anything at all. Please don't. Please don't. I'm sorry, I just had to make sure I say that just to put that disclaimer out there because I know how some people can be.
I
Please
understand.
continue.
I understand. One of the reasons I won't show my face is because Nigerian government is almost like a conquered. Is being controlled by its majority of the Muslims because they always have a way to use the government against people that are speaking up. So that's the reason, like she said, I shouldn't show my face. So, and I really appreciate that also.
Mhm.
So back to what I was saying, that the Nigerian government is complacent about the whole thing. So this thing of the terrorism in Nigeria started back in 2009. I guess that time I was still in high school. It started in 2009.
Okay.
So the group was actually formed um, by a then state governor.
Okay. Let me go ahead and bring that up.
It was
Uh,
it was then state governor, the current vice president now. That's where you see how bad things are. The current vice president is the one of the he was one of the people that formed this Boko Haram.
okay. Now, give me an idea of what part of Nigeria that you're talking about to where Boko Haram
Yeah.
um, started in 2009. Now, I did read that it started in 2002 because
Oh,
they were talking about some kind of corruption, but that was before your time. But in 2009, where did the assassination start in 2009 that you're talking about?
so the to the best of my knowledge, I
Mhm.
started from Benue, like it's in the north.
Okay, Bimin. Okay, let me make this a little bigger. All right. Let me see, where is this at? I say to the north. I see Yobe, Borno, Zamfara,
Yeah,
Niger.
these are northern states.
Yeah, Soko, Kebi. So
Bauchi. So
I'm sorry.
the
I'm sorry. Please say it again.
Gombe
Combe. Where is it at? Oh my
is
goodness, it's so
uh,
big. Is it near not the northern part? What would it be near Bachi?
Adamawa is near Adamawa. So
Aba-
these like let me actually call the northern states.
Oh, Abawama.
Yeah, Adamawa, it beside Adamawa, Gombe, Taraba.
Oh, Gumbo. Okay, I see it right here. Okay. Okay, Gombe right here. It's below Yoba and next to Bachi.
Mm.
Okay, okay. I want to make sure that everybody can see it so I can get a visualization of it myself. Oh, please continue.
So yeah, actually it was formed as a group to destabilize the governments, the sitting presidents as of then, because it was a sort of an opposition party. They have the APC and they have the PDP. So the North, because it's always in such the political structure in Nigeria is always like the system always favors the North. So whenever they don't have, and the Northerns, majority of the Northerns, not really the majority, because I from the one of the discoveries I saw recently was majority of the North were Christians, but they were conquered by a Muslim jihadist, Usman Dan Fodio. They were conquered by a northern jihadist
Mm,
called Usman. So recently, I think so. The place that the jihad couldn't penetrate in those days was the Plateau State, which is majority Christian. Well, if you look in the map, you can see Plateau State.
mhm. It's right below Bachi and it's Karaba.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
It was most of these states now, they are not entirely Muslim, they are like majority Christians. So all these things that are happening now, The Boko Haram, first of all, it was used to destabilize the sitting president as of, let's say, 2014, 2013. So it was a small group as of then. So then, like, the government, how let me take it slow actually, because when I'm speaking, saying some of these things, I used to jump stages. So it started, this group of Boko Haram started growing. Then at a point, it got out of control. You understand? They
Yes.
now started uh, seeking their own interests. It was formed by the then sitting governor in a state, but which is the vice president of today. For you to know, when I say like that they are working with the government, so in a way, the sitting vice president is still in control of some of these terrorists, and which are also jihadists. They have these agendas. They want to Islamize Nigeria for real. They are trying to like displace the Christians in those areas. Is a genocide. They are trying to displace the Christians in those areas. So what they do is, when they kill them, others will run away from those areas. They will now bring more Muslims into the displaced areas for them to settle.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Now, to bring in more Muslims, are they bringing in Muslims from other countries into Nigeria?
Yeah, as long their agenda is, as long as this is a Muslim area, they are okay with it.
Okay.
They are bringing Nigeria and also from other countries. The neighboring, the Fulanis are, they are in other countries as well, because they are this particular ethnic. They are Fulanis, so they are the one. They are very like they are the jihadist type of Muslims.
Ooh, okay.
Fulani.
Now, let me ask you, let me bring this map up again. Now, I don't think Niger is a Muslim country, but is Chad a Muslim country? It's right
Yeah,
next to Nigeria.
it's also a Muslim country.
Oh, is it entirely Muslim or just partial?
Hmm? I think partially Christian.
Okay. And below is Cameroon. Now, I believe Cameroon also has um a Muslim population there too, correct?
So Cameroon is equally like the way Nigerian religion system is. They have the Christian and they have the Muslim.
Okay. Now, is Cameroon taking part into what's going on, or is it Chad?
No, like the thing is not that the government of these African countries are taking part in it, but in a way they have the jihadist set of people in their
Okay.
country. These African countries have this issue of terrorism,
Right.
terrorism. But the problem of Nigeria is the Nigerian government is also part of it.
Correct. Correct. But let me go ahead and apologize, because I'm not trying to say that the governments are a part of what's going on. I'm not trying to say that the government of Chad or the government of Cameroon, but I'm just simply talking about some Muslim people who may be radicalized, saying, "Hey, I want to take part of that." That's all that I was trying to suggest. So please, I'm not trying to show any disrespect to anyone, please. But
So
please.
yeah, you have the Fulanis across Niger and
Mhm.
Chad. So
Okay.
Muslim, they bring them into Nigeria. So one of these reasons, during the 2015, I think 2015. So the opposition party, which is the Chetima, the Chetima is the current vice president with
Right.
the then opposition party Buhari, because there was a time we have a president Buhari before Tinubu. So they were ready to do anything for them to see that they get into power. So they went to some of these neighboring countries that have the Muslim, the jihadist mindset. They went and brought them to Nigeria and put them into one of the forests. So after the election, the then president Goodluck Jonathan saw the act that was in play. So he said that the blood of Nigerians are not worth him, like it's not worth fighting, like it's not worth to be split. Like the blood, they shouldn't kill if they want to be the if they really want the power, by all means they should take it. So he stepped down.
Whoa. Okay.
They are really trying to mess up the whole situation. So the Nigerian president, as of then, stepped down, because that was the time Obama was also the president of the US.
That was in 2007, 2008, correct? I'm sorry. Yeah, 2007, 2008. All right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, let me check.
Yeah, it was 2008. He was elected in 2007, but then Barack Obama took office in
Obama
2008.
till 2014, 15, right?
Oh, you're talking about that time, his second term.
One time.
The first term was 2007, 2008, when he first ran.
So I'm talking about the second time. This was
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so back to this is actually the first stage of the first phase of the Boko Haram, because I've not actually gotten to the current situation we are now in Nigeria, which is the Fulani terrorists you all hear about here and there. So when the opposition party, which is the Buhari and Shetima, they brought those people into Nigeria. So after they won the election, they abandoned them. You understand? They abandoned them. So these people now, we are looking for means and sources to gain money. So they see that actually the place they came is better than going back. So that's where how they started this. They got out of control. But in a way, they are still obedient to the current vice president, because when you see him, when you see him talking about these terrorists, he's always a sympathizer.
Okay. Yeah,
So
I'm bringing up an article that's basically backing up what you're saying, and I'm trying to find a time period. Here, let me just add this in. It's going back to August of 2011, and it says the attacks occurred primarily in Nigeria, northeast, north central, and the central states, and typically focused on police, military, and government targets, as well as the Christian churches and schools and Muslim individuals who were critical of the group. In 2011, the group struck its first high-profile international target within Nigeria when the self-deletion, I have to be careful of the algorithm, the self-deletion bomber crashed a car into the United Nations building in Abuja.
yeah.
Do you by any chance remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
But I was still a kid as of then. I was still little. I was still a child. But I know the story.
That is something. I'm trying to go ahead. I'm sorry.
Elites. That's true.
This has been going on for a while, and it's just
Like 15 years or more now.
whew. Okay, here you were talking about, I think you were talking about 2014.
Yeah.
Okay, now here, now it's interesting because it says in May, the United Nations Security imposed sanctions on individuals in Boko Haram, freezing assets and issuing travel bans and an arm embargo. However, given the group's informal structure, the sanctions had no discernible effect on Boko Haram's operation. The group continued to attack and expanded the territory it occupied. In August 2014, Boko Haram declared the area under the control of the Islamic State.
Do you know why the sanction didn't have any effect? It's because there are people in the governments that are actually aligning with the terrorists.
Mm.
So they are the ones sponsoring them, giving them funds, supplying arms to them. And they
Whoa.
also, so because it's kind of like they have the branches in every arms of the government, the military, the police, the so like one of the stories I was telling you sometime, when these terrorists are being captured, they put them in the jail, and it's not even in the jail. They put them in, should I call it a rehabilitation center? Let me call it for you to actually understand. It's called, they put them in the rehabilitation center. Then after some months, they will be like, these people are repented, and they now assimilate them into the Nigerian army. Have you ever had anywhere in the world such things are done? A known terrorist, you assimilate them into the army. There will be no secret. There will be no secretive military intel, because they will be leaking them to their fellow terrorists. A terrorist is always a terrorist. He will
Right.
never repent.
Now, with this, because as I'm showing in 2015, and as you're talking, when you were talking about the government being a part of the I don't want to say terrorism, that they were a part of it, but they were allowing it to go on. Now here it says it talks about ISIL, right? Boko Haram and ISIL. So here it says that the tide appeared to turn in the fight against Boko Haram in February 2015, when a successful offense was planned and launched by troops from Nigeria and the neighboring countries, which proved effective in uprooting Boko Haram for most of the area, but had previously held. Meanwhile, but in March 2015, a group pledged allegiance to ISIL, and the insurgent group operating primarily in Iran and Iraq and Syria took the name and swapped it. But also at that time, the group experienced significant features with
Can you
Abu
hold on?
Abu al I'm messing up that name, Bawari.
Buhari?
Yes, the son of the group original leader Youssef, that was in 2002. A majority of militants, while Sheku remained the head of others. And so they just sort of came back again
No, they have been
into Nigeria in 2016, which you were talking about. I'm sorry, please go ahead.
never they were never eliminated for real. So look at, this is what happened around 2015, 14, 13. So the
Okay.
then sitting president was very serious about eliminating the Boko Haram. He was serious about eliminating them. So this is where Obama comes in now. He
Mm.
stopped Nigeria because he was working with the opposition party, which is a Muslim.
Now, there were some people in America were saying, "Oh, Barack is a Muslim," and people were like, "No, he's a Christian." And then it got so crazy to where Barack Obama started going to Christian churches, and then you had, oh man, white people took a beating,
Yeah. They
saying,
did.
"No, he's Muslim," and then you have people calling white people, "You're a racist, you're a racist, you're this, you're that." And he's not a Muslim, he's a Christian. His name is just Barack Hussein Obama. That means nothing, blah, blah, blah. There was a lot of fighting over here because of that. But not to you, but do you think Barack Obama is a Muslim or a Christian? Which one do you think he is?
I think the worst thing that, let me start like this. The worst thing that actually happened, I'm a black man, and I love that a black man should be a president in the US. But the worst thing that happened to the United States of America is Barack
Mm.
Obama, the president of the United States, because he compromised a lot of sector. The issue of the Muslim terrorism, Muslim Brotherhood. He is the one that actually gave them ground in the US.
Mm.
Was the one
Okay.
that opened a lot of Islamic activities in the US, and which should have never been, because the US is a Christian country. And the Christian, the Muslim always, no matter how peaceful they always appear, they have it in the back of the mind that have come here to conquer, either
Okay.
by sword, either by sword or by obedience,
Oh
or
yeah.
by way or the other. They have that mentality. But you as a Christian, you will be going wherever you are going, knowing that, oh, even if these people are not this, you are peaceful there. You don't have the mindset of trying to forcefully convert. But the Muslim, like the just like I said, there is this stages of Muslim. There are three stages of Muslim. The first,
Okay.
beware of stages of Islam. One, vulnerability and victimhood. This is the first stage when they are still the minority, and which is the stage they are in the United States now, which is the minority stage. Then the second stage is good propaganda, when they are very good at propaganda. And the third stage is violent jihad. So these three stages are always interchangeable. Like they can switch to any of these stages. The first stage is the stage that is vulnerability and victimhood. They are still minority, trying to get grounds in the government, and you guys should please, because I think the US is the last hope for the world when it comes to having that freedom and free will to actually have like freedom of religion. The US is the last hope for humanity as for that, because maybe a bit of Russian, but so the stage now they are in the United States is the victim stage. When you try to call them out for the things they do, they saying, "Oh, you are a racist, you are Islamophobic. You stop attacking me. You are attacking me because I'm a Muslim. You are attacking me because I wear jihad. The cover the ladies used to wear. So that's the stage they are in. So when they see that their group are increasing, they start a propaganda. They start using the media, and probably by then they will have, just like I was really bitter that you guys allowed the United States allowed a Muslim um to be the governor, the governor of New York.
Yeah, I'm going to say something. Well, just recently, President Trump, he has designated the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist group in the United States. Now, oh my goodness, the U.S. is, you have the Democrats or the liberals who want to open everything up. They think, oh, bring everybody here. It's all right. The Democrats are saying, hey, we need to bring more people here because we need voters. And they're looking at only numbers. They're not looking at who they're letting in. And you
Looking at
have
principle.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
The liberals, they are not looking at the principles of the people they are bringing. They are not looking at their beliefs,
Right,
their way of life. Want
right.
to get the votes counting.
Yeah, because Ilhan Omar, oh, I don't have her picture. Ilhan
No,
Omar,
no.
she is a representative of Congress in Minnesota, and she's saying, "Oh, we need to have Muslim prayer 5 times a day," and then you hear the bell ringing. That right there is going on over there,
This
and
is
then you
something
have. I'm sorry.
something you guys should please like not allowed to happen in the US. They are trying to enforce their religion little by little, subtly,
Oh yeah,
peacefully.
I
But
see
a
it. I see it.
time will come, they will be violent, and they will use propaganda, because they are trying to appear so peaceful now. A time will come, because I think we are. This is you guys are still in the infant stage of Islam jihad brotherhood terrorism stuff. Yeah, because recently I saw the the National Guard that was shot.
Mm, yes.
So this is the stage, because just like I said, no matter how peaceful they appear, they always have they always have the agenda of Islamization. Because I had the guy, when he was shooting the National Guard, he was shouting at Al Akbar, the usual chants. So the question you ask is, is their God a supporter of terrorism, which is which
You know, I'm sorry, you're absolutely right. Now, the guy who banged the National Guards, he wasn't the only one. There was another one or two, and in fact, I happen to live in the DMV area, and I was outside and I heard it, and I saw these helicopters going around. But to continue on with what you're saying is we're fighting to get the liberals, the Democrats on board because the Democrats want to bring communism and socialism into the United States. And you have a large population of what we call baby boomers, and baby boomers are really stuck in a failed ideology, thinking that, oh, well, we can bring everybody here. We're going to get around a campfire and sing kumbaya together, and everything's going to be fine, despite the fact that you have people that have a different ideology. And you're absolutely right. The United States is the last one standing. And I said that in another video just 2 days ago, saying that if the United States goes down, we're all done.
Okay. So let me take it a little bit because I know definitely we have a lot to discuss, but like we're trying to fix it in as much as possible. So back to the things stages of Islam I was listing. So they have the good propaganda. So I think stepping up to the good propaganda stage in the United States. Then they have the violent jihad, which is what we are experiencing in Nigeria. The violent jihad. And they are so good about this that they can interswitch the stages. They can change from call them out for their atrocities. They can switch from the violent jihad to the good propaganda, and which is what the Nigerian government is doing. Because when I say the Nigerian government, because I know they have their persons in the government, so that is why, and they have the money. So whatever that happens, they throw it out to all these content creators, all these media personnel. They throw it out to them. They start denying the genocide that is happening in Nigeria. And this is what happened. The good propaganda. So to take you a little bit back.
I wanted to bring in a video. I would like to get your thoughts on it. Hold on.
You said what?
I have a video that I would like to bring in, and I would like to get your thoughts on it.
Igbo people are in Sabongari in Kano. Are they living of course it's Hausa land? Are they living in the forest? They came to the town. They work very hard. They build houses. They build mansions. They develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. The world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council, where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century, moving cattle from place to place, telling me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. These are people that have prepared for you to sell you down the drain. By the time the Fulanis are done with you, believe you me, if you don't rise up now to fight for your freedom, by the time Fulanis are done with you, you'll be more useless than a Hausa peasant.
I was taken aback. I was like, whoa, okay. What are your thoughts?
This video, it has a lot of context in it. There are 3 major tribes in Nigeria. So this man from my tribe. So there was this point in the 1960s, yeah. So there was this civil war in Nigeria. This has been going on because I think the civil war is because the then leader that was trying to separate, he wanted like my tribe to separate from Nigeria because he has already foreseen these issues.
And your tribe is what? I'm sorry. Your tribe is what?
Igbo.
Oh, Igbo. Okay. All right.
So I think he foresee the future. Right now, as we are speaking, this man that made this video is in jail. Yeah, he's in jail. He was sentenced to prison like last week because of these things that he's saying. He's actually exposing them. So that's why I said that the government is working with the terrorists. When you see that, when they see that you have their blueprints, when you are exposing their blueprint, they try to get you. So
This is
yeah,
wow.
this man is actually fighting for the freedom of my tribe. He wants us to separate from Nigeria, and that's where and
And
that's where the Britain now comes in, the Prince Charles, because they will still want Nigeria to be together because they have their interest in Nigeria.
okay, wait a minute. Wait, back up for a second. King Charles wants Nigeria to stay together, and then you have the Igbo. Now, let me bring this map up again so that we can see exactly where you're talking about. Now the Igbo are where in Nigeria? The northern part, correct?
Let me get my map too, so I can be following you along. So the Igbos now are you come down to the bottom. These
Okay.
are Enugu, Ebonyi, Anambra. Are you seeing the places I'm calling?
Yeah, and Anabamba,
Right.
Taraba. I'm sorry, I'm messing this up. Uh, Taraba and Benue
Call them again. Enugu,
and Cross River. That's
Cross
to
River.
the south.
Majority of the states downward.
Okay.
Delta, Imo, Abia, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, Bayelsa, Cross River. These are the Igbos.
Oh, okay. Enugu River, Akab. Oh,
Cross River.
I need a I need a PhD. The words are so difficult. Okay, so then the southern part of Nigeria, including Taraba and
No,
Abawama.
don't include the Taraba. Taraba, they are called the North for some reason I don't know. After the amalgamation of Nigeria, so they are called the North.
Okay. So then Igbo was saying, "Hey, I want to be away from you because this is too much." And then King Charles is like, "Oh no, 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 no! You got to stay together. You got to stay together, right?"
Maybe, yeah, because they are still taking the oil. They still have the oil. They are still getting the share from the oil, and I think
Yes.
they have their company in Nigeria. The
Yeah.
is it Shell? I don't remember the name of the British company in Nigeria. I
Yeah.
forgot.
British Petroleum, Shell, Exxon.
You
Oh
know,
my goodness, that right there is just
things are
criminal.
always interconnected.
Oh, that is so criminal.
Yeah, and when you hear oh there is a tribal dispute, these things are always relating back to the colonization. Actually, is a in a way it was the way they structured Nigeria, and the issue of this Fulani is also a way that the Nigeria political system was structured. They did it in a way that the North will have top ranking officials in the Nigerian government. So the more the crisis, the better for them.
Yeah, because as long as the people are fighting, then they're not going to pay attention what's going on in the background as far as the oil, the natural resources, and you have the people that are fight of the government, and the people within the government are basically saying, "Oh, I'm going to take over everything, and you're going to have to bow down to me." As far as what's going on between the Christians and the Muslims.
So
Oh,
so there is also one of the reasons that this issue of terrorism is being rampant. So one of those states in the north now, the Plateau states, I heard that they discovered a lot of gold in those areas. So what they do now is the gold is not entering the mining, and the mining of the gold is not entering into the government revenue. It's being is being used. The resources from the whatever they got from the mining is going into the banks and pockets of these top ranking officials in the government. The revenue from that gold mining, they're mining it illegally, actually. Let me use that word. So what they do now is they use these terrorists to surround those areas for you not to actually see what is happening inside.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the thing is very bad. So some of the areas now, they are using the terrorists to surround, to mark the terror trace, so that you know these are no-go areas for you as an individual, an independent individual.
Now, President Trump said that he was going to send some troops over.
For real, we need them.
Say that again.
We need them.
Yeah, because I heard President Tinubu. He said, "Oh, we don't need them. No, stay out of Nigeria. We are a sovereign country, and you cannot bring your military here. We have everything under control. There's no genocide going on here. There isn't, and that right there is just something that propaganda going on. And I'm hearing him say this, and I'm just like, how can you say that with a straight face? Your wife is a Christian. Oh my goodness. I'm just
The wife is as good as a Muslim too. She's Christian. Yeah. So the Tinubu denying the genocide, coming out to say stuff, saying there is no genocide, Trump should stay away, that Nigeria is actually, he's fucking scared of Trump. He's very scared of Trump. The Nigerian politicians, they are very scared because they know Trump is a man of his word.
Oh yeah, Trump. Oh, this right here is First Lady Remy Tinubu. Now, yeah, Trump most definitely will, because he's putting his money where his mouth is. He says, "Hey, you better stop eliminating Christians. I'm gonna go on over there." Now, the interesting thing is that he's saying that, and now you have, I believe it was Iraq or Iran saying, "Hey, you have." I'm sorry, not Iran. Let me back that up. Iraq is saying, and Syria is saying, "Well, no, you stay out of their affairs, Trump. You stay out of it." And Trump is like, "Well, no, I'm going to stay in it, because wherever Christians are being terminated and mistreated and killed, I'm going to be there."
Let me say this for a fact. Like, you see all these countries saying stop the, like, there are all these countries that is opposing Trump regarding to what he said about what's happening to Nigeria. When you look clearly, they are benefiting illegally from the resources of Nigeria. China, Iraq, the UK, let me say Britain. So most of these countries that are opposing Trump, they are benefiting in one way, because China have a good diplomatic relationship with Nigeria, but behind, they are doing a lot of illegal mining in Nigeria.
Yeah, I watched the videos. I do see some stuff that's going on, and also the Chinese are extremely abusive to the Nigerian people. I mean, they're actually physically assaulting people, and nothing happens.
So they are in one way or the other benefiting from the illegal minings, the resources. In as much as they try to show the paper, they come to the of they do it, show it that this is how we relate with these people, but behind they are doing something illegal. So most of these people that are speaking against Trump, they don't have good intentions. As long as Nigeria is beneficial to them, stable or destabilized, they are okay with it. So this is for the notes.
Their greed has no bounds. People are losing their life. Generations of people are perishing. And the only thing what they're concerned about is, let me get the oil, let me get the gold, let me get the natural resources, forget about the people. Let them fight. They're not going to mess with us. So let them go ahead and, fight amongst themselves while we're going to take their
and there is also
greed. I'm sorry.
it's also this US I think she's a lady, I can't recall her name. Is it a Senate? No, it's not a Senate. She was speaking against Trump, like Trump shouldn't send military. I can't recall the name. But if you look clearly, she must have been lobbied by the Nigerian government.
Yeah. Yeah. I find it interesting, and I guarantee the person who spoke against Trump was a Democrat. And it's coming out that these politicians are getting paid by these lobbying groups to either speak well, not either, but to speak against what's going on in Nigeria and to turn a blind eye. And if anyone says there is a genocide, I have to be careful, the algorithm, then they're like, that's not true. You're putting out propaganda, right? There's fake news. But then you got people saying, help me. Donald Trump, come help. They are eliminating us. Please help. And then you have some people saying, oh, those Christians are a bunch of liars. It's like,
yeah, just so you know, 99% of Nigerians are happy because of what the statement Trump made. But the bad side of it now is like, since the last time Trump made that statement, these radical Muslims have been going crazy. They have been like, they increased their activities, and because the Nigerian government is doing nothing about it. They are just there in the media trying to show off that doing stuff like that. So they, for real, they are not doing anything. So
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
so I think back. Let me wind the clock back a bit.
Okay.
The president, like I told you, the good luck Jonathan, as of 2015 to 2014 to 2013, he was going crazy with the terrorists. He was trying to wipe them off, but Barack stopped the US from selling arms to the Nigerian government because he made a deal with the opposition party, which is a Muslim. This is where the spread of these Muslim jihadists started, because after the opposition party took office, because he leaked the election and came into power, they now have the grounds to do whatever. Whenever you try to oppose them, oh boy, it's really terrible. It's really terrible.
Well, I want to add on to what you're saying. I have a video right here, and some of it, I'm going to let everybody see it. Some of it I'm going to silence, and the other parts I'm going to allow to hear. Now, to go along what you're saying, this video is taken in a room. I'm not, and this is not AI. Don't even put that down there. Don't do it. It's located in Nigeria, and I believe it's not a church, but it's someplace to where people gather. And I just want you to take a look at this. And this right here is not for the lighthearted. This is what's going on. You're going to see people come in with some big bang bangs, and thank goodness no one in this clip is going to be harmed, but you're able to hear a lot of the stuff that's going on in the background. So just please take a listen. Now, right there, you see somebody walk through, they have a big old bang bang, and just watch.
I think you
You hear all that bang bang. Oh my goodness. Okay, I didn't know he was the guy in the back, right back here. It looks like that he hit somebody, but just watch. People are running. They're running. He's hitting people. Now you saw what he had. You saw what he had. He had this long, it looked like a sword, and he's hitting people. Okay, this right here is real. It's happening right now. And for anyone to say that right there isn't true, you're making it up. You have something on your glasses, something in your eye, because you need to clean it so that you can see. This is what's going on in Nigeria. But let me
Actually,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
add context to this.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
actually, a lot of people were actually killed here.
Mm.
Yeah, that was I think I saw one of the videos. It was very bloody. A lot of people were actually, then the ones that are they were still alive. They kidnapped them. These are the Fulani terrorists. Those people didn't escape. The ones that you saw that were running, they kidnapped them all.
Mm.
So majority, like they said, like 15 of people here were actually dead, like after they shot. And the thing about these people is that the guns, the weapons they are using are military weapons. So how do they get these weapons? They are being sponsored by the government.
That's exactly what I was going to point out, because this right here was not taken by the Christians or anyone being attacked. This is taken by the people that are actually doing these crimes. It's taken by them.
It was actually in a church program, the Tuesdays program, and they saw this is a church.
Wow. I was right. Wow. Okay. All right, let me go ahead and finish it out. This is so emotionally if your emotions, okay, if you don't feel any emotions, what you're seeing here, we're going to have to question your humanity. Okay, let me finish this out. Kicking in the door. Now you see people over here taking stuff. And you see the big bang bang right there. Right there is a big bang bang, as you can see. Taking people's purses, belongings. What are your thoughts?
Oh boy, like ah, like when I see whenever I see the aftermath of some of these incidents, it's always look horrific. Yeah, and with the recent development of AI, when you bring this up, people will be like, these AI, but no, these are not AI.
It's not
If you
AI.
can get access to some of these videos, just use AI as if this video was programmed by AI. These are real. These are real. These are real incidences. Nigeria is like the Nigerian Christian is facing a lot of persecution, and this has been going on for more than 16 years, if I may say. This has been going on. It's only coming to light because I think actually it was brought to the United States House during the bidding time, but bidding was so complacent that he allowed a lot of things to actually be going on. The reason why the world is actually seeing this is because Trump spoke about it.
Okay.
Reason why the world is actually being aware of the kind of things that is happening in Nigeria is because Trump spoke about it. So what is actually happening in Nigeria is genocide.
Thank you. It most definitely is, but what is shocking to me is King Charles. King
You know,
Charles is doing nothing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
they are so dark. When I mean dark, have a lot of bad background histories when it comes to the royal family. They well, oh boy, ah, how will I put this? For me, I wouldn't rate them high like they are saints. They are the majority of the things when you trace back the wrong things that is happening in the world, you always trace it back to the royal family.
Mm.
A lot, both in the US, in whatever country. If you trace back carefully, you see it always have a link to the royal families.
You know, that sounds accurate, because as I talked to you before, I start looking into Barack Obama. Him, Barack Obama, and President Tinubu. When President Tinubu was in the United States in the mid part of 1990s, when he was trafficking D rugs from Chicago going towards Nigeria. And it just so happened that I found interesting was that even though that he was caught by the police and the FBI, he was mysteriously let go. And
Yeah,
and Barack Obama was senator at that time. And then when that occurred, Tinubu being let go, all of a sudden, Barack Obama gets how can I say, some monies, some monies to support his candidacy to become president. There were monies going into his campaign. Quite interesting, very interesting. And the interesting part was there's this guy named Allen. I can't remember his first name, but Tinubu, Akote, and another guy, and an American by the name of Allen. Allen wind up not living very long afterwards. It's an interesting story, but I want to get into. I would like to talk to you more about that on another video if you have time. I'll be grateful if we're able to have a second interview.
I'll be down.
Okay.
I'll be.
So what are your thoughts about Tinubu being in America and the rugs that were going from Chicago to Nigeria at that time?
Yeah. The thing about that case was actually, I didn't know much about the history back then as of when he was first in America. But this issue of the rock case came to light. Uh, I think the time he was contesting to be the president. It came to light. So there was this guy. I've been trying to get his handle and send to you. So, but
Okay.
I've not trying to get his handle because he was the guy exposed a lot about the Tinubu. So the drug case was, he was sending he sent I had he posted that he sent it to the FBI. So, but in one way or the other, those things were ignored.
Yeah.
Was
Uh,
during I was during the President bidding term. So in one way or the other, the FBI, so they didn't actually take up the case. Maybe they are being complacent in one way or the other, being that there are higher power that is in control of that case. So because on a normal, he shouldn't have been president because there is no how you have a drug case going on and you now become the president of a country. It doesn't show integrity.
You were absolutely right. In fact, they are looking into Tinubu now. They're looking into him, and they're did something called a FOIA, to where the government is looking into the criminal activity or the lack thereof, the investigating of President Tinubu. Trump, I believe, is really going to go after him, and America is known for going into other countries and taking out their presidents. And when I say taken out, I don't mean eliminated. which they do that too. But to take a sitting president, to remove them and try them in America and then put them in jail. Now, I'm not for that, but in this case, Tinubu, get him, Trump, lock his hind parts up.
You know why I will be like, for now, it should the US should leave Tinubu to stay, because the vice president is more radical, Islamic more radical. Because if he's to be taken out, this one will be the president.
Wow.
So for now, I think they should, tamper justice with a little bit. But the killing of a thing is serious. So
Yes, it is.
So the vice president is even more radical. Islamic is a more radical Islamic or whatever than the Tinubu.
Did Geneva or the World Court say anything about what's going on in Nigeria?
No, I don't think. I've not heard.
I have to look up. I have to look into that.
I was trying to tell you to actually look up is the Biafran War, Biafran Civil War. Okay. It was a civil war.
All right, we're gonna have to do that on our next interview. I'm just those two. I mean, I have a third video. It was too much. They were actually eliminating Christians, and they were just hitting them, and they were laughing. They were,
the most things that I don't courage to actually watch the videos. I just forward them to you. I don't have the courage to watch them actually, because they are so terrible.
I'm never going to be the same after witnessing that. I was looking at, I think like a 5-minute video, and I couldn't get past the first minute. Just seeing those people there, young guys.
I would have
young guys sitting there waiting to be eliminated, knowing they were going to be eliminated, and they're doing one by one. And this one young man, he looked over, and he looked over at the person that was next to him, and he looked into the camera, knowing that he was going to be next. I cannot.
It's so terrible. Horrific.
I can't get that image out of my head, because shortly after they went after him.
Now the thing is, the ones you see is actually in a little group. They can do that in masses, like in hundreds, in 500s.
Oh yeah,
they do that in masses. This is just like 10 people, but they do that in masses. And now imagine the kind of blood they share the West in one day.
I see videos in the Middle East to where they behead Christians, right? I mean, whoa, right? But it's I don't, okay, eliminating anyone is barbaric, right? But when you take a gun and you just hit somebody as hard as you can on their head, and they can't do anything but except let you do it, and when they lay back, you still hit them, and then you're laughing as if it's a joke. There is no humanity left in them.
That's the issue. That's the issue with the teachings that is being taught. For you to know what they are being taught in Islam, as long as in the name of Allah, you're gonna get 70 whatever virgins in heaven. So that's the teaching they get. So they are all do it, that they are doing it in the name of Allah. So now when they kidnap, for instance, there was this recent issue that a priest was kidnapped. Now the family were called up to actually deliver some ransom before they would release the priest. But the unfortunate thing is that the family delivered the money, but the priest was killed.
Mm.
They are directed to go and take the corpse where somewhere. So the issue now is, as long as you are a priest, you are not coming out alive.
Oh.
Other people, they might be set free, but as long as the person is a priest, they are eliminating him.
You know, what I'm seeing is that there is an attempt to Islamify the world.
Yeah, for real.
I see it because it's like it's in the U.S. In Europe, the Europeans are like, oh no, we're not going for this, and there
The,
is now a fight between the Europeans, whether if you're in England or whether if you're in Ireland. Poland is like, oh no, they have people out there, Polish citizens, keeping them from even coming in. It's like, whoa.
no, the
They're
question
like, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
instance, like the question we should ask is, why is it that whenever they want to migrate, they go to the civilized countries that have that is majority Christian, the Christian country? Why not go to, let's say, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Iran, all these countries that is equally as developed, Qatar, Dubai? Why are they not migrating to those areas? But they are migrating to the Christian country where they know that they have freedom of worship, like there is freedom of speech. Now they take advantage of the system that is in place there, just like they are doing in the US,
Mm-hmm.
the UK, they are doing in Scotland. All these countries, they take advantage because they know in one way or the other the law have a way of protecting the freedom of speech, because they will always act in the name of freedom of speech and freedom of worship. That is the vulnerability stage. When you try
That is. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
when you try to call them out, that is the victimhood stage, the vulnerability stage. If you try to call them out, they'll be like, okay, let's say these issues of Muslim guys raping girls in the UK. They'll When you call them out, they'll be like, oh, so you are using because of one, you are judging them because of one person's act. But that's how they do.
Well,
In
they're going to
I've
be. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I've seen teachings that that if you rape a girl
Mm.
that is not Islam, that you are right to do it.
Yeah, that right there is very disturbing, because there was a Muslim guy in Ireland that had indecent contact with a 10-year-old, to where he physically and sexually took advantage of her. And the people of Ireland went to the hotel. They tried to get the guy that did it, and then the government was protecting the guy. The people were so outraged that they burned down the entire hotel, stood out there, and waited for them to run out. I'm like, whoa. They're like, forget about you, Ireland government. If you don't protect us, we're going to protect ourselves. And that happened like what, like 3 months ago. It was all over the news. It was it was something. But China is doing something rather interesting with their Muslim population. The Indian president said, he said, never let the Muslim population grow over 30%, because if you do, you're going to have a lot of problems.
They shouldn't even grow more than 20.
Oh, okay.
Shouldn't grow more than 20. Like
Well,
there should be, try to confine them.
that right there is like really wild. So I'm thinking, what is it about the culture that if you allow them to grow, you get all of this violence and wanting to take over.
Culture is the teachings, is the religion.
Wow.
It's not the it's the religion. Because okay, let's say for instance, there are still European countries that are Muslims, that are Islam. You know, the Uzbekistans, the Afghanistans, those are Muslims, but you don't see them acting this violence. Is the
Mm.
teaching now. You don't for once hear, oh, there is this suicide bomber in Uzbekistan. All these, because I think they are majorly Muslims. The Uzbek, they are also Muslim in Europe. So you don't hear these kind of things. But these radical ones now is the teaching that they are being taught every day. When you see them, because it's the mind, this is the poisoning of the mind, that until you shed blood for Allah, that's how you only get into heaven and get the 100 virgin.
Hmm.
So it's now the teaching. So for me, there should be, for me, like and this, just so I for before I forget, I think if the US government really want to do things about uh, some of the things that is happening in Nigeria, they should trace these leaders that are in government and sanction them. Maybe give them ban that they are not coming into the US, their family is not coming into the US. Because when things like this are being like is going on, they will just run out. They run to all these European countries. You see, just like just like Trump spoke about it, a lot of them are escaping the country. So if they really want, they should trace them individually and sanction them, ban them, give them ban personally so that it affect them personally.
Well, President Trump just banned no one can come into the United States. No one. He said, nope, done. Done. Now, in Minnesota, I think like 12,000 people have been round up. Well, I don't want to say have been round up, but they were Muslims. And I don't know if they were troublemakers or whatever. They're taking them and they are deporting them.
Good. And one of the things they do strategically is when they come into a country, they look for the areas that have less populations. They have this always have this small group. They will now go there from them. And the thing about them is they are good in reproduction. They
Oh,
marry
oh
like
yeah.
marry
Oh,
like uh 3, 4, as long as they reproduce, they don't mind getting married to their cousin.
mm,
So
yeah.
system like they put in place that before you know it, if when you, for instance, the citizens of America is giving birth at the rate of three kids to a parent, them they
Yeah.
are giving 12 to a parent.
Yeah, and like New Jersey, I remember saying a couple of years ago, telling the Palestinians to please marry somebody who is not your cousin, because they're saying that when they're having children, there
The
are. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
thing is not even about marrying someone that is the rate at which they give birth is what you people should call it, should also uh, give attention to.
Oh yeah,
Because
and then you do have other people that have Muslim men can have like more than up. I think like 3 or 4 wives as long as he can afford them, and each woman may have at least about maybe 3 or 4 children each woman from one man.
And I think that is the issue, also the issue in Nigeria, because these people they don't care about the well-being of their kids. As long as they keep coming out of this world, they just give them birth to them. So now, when these kids start growing, they see themselves doing nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at the age of 15, or they see themselves as stouts. And that's how when you have like let's say 10 kids at home doing nothing,
Mm.
if they don't find anything to do that is okay, they join these terrorists. That's how it
Mm.
is. So those things are being done systematically. They believe in it. As long as you can give birth as much as possible. So, and they don't go to school. They are not educated.
So
They
then
don't.
illiteracy. So then illiteracy is the issue, or at least one of the issues. You know,
And those of the Northerners, the political powers in the North, they are aware of this, but they are using it as a system to actually destabilize the government for their own personal interests.
Yeah. You know, there was a video that I saw. I think it was in the UK, I think in England. And this Muslim guy was saying something to this Christian guy, and he completely obliterated the Muslim guy. I'm just like, I don't know why he even opened up his mouth to say anything. But the guy from Africa, he's a Christian, was telling the Muslim guy that you have all these children, you reproduce, and when you're in your I'm trying to make sure I say it correctly. I do not want to mess up his message. And he said that you reproduce, you have a lot of children, and your children go in, start doing jihad or jihadist
Activities.
thank
Whatever.
you. I'm just trying to make sure I say it right, and I'm failing miserably. I got to get that clip. That's what I'm going to do, to find that clip for our next interview. Oh, this is so big, and I have to admit, and I am so glad. You just don't know how glad I am that we were able to speak, because I had an idea that this wasn't as bad as it is. It's like, oh no, they've been fighting for centuries and this will go away. No, this is different.
The thing they used to say is headers farmers clash, but no, it's not. No, why they say it's headers farmers clash is just like the video. One of the videos you played is like saying the Fulanis, they take their cattle from one place to the other and say is the source of living. No, we just like you said, we are not still living in the 21st century. We are not living in the 90th, 17th, 15th century. We are living in the 20th century. So now, what they do intentionally is they will take their cows into people's farm.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? They will intentionally take their cows into people's farm, and their cow will be destroying people's crops. When the owner of the farm comes to, ask them why they're doing stuff like that, that's how the clash starts. From nowhere, they will probably kill the farmer. That's why they the light word that is headers farmers class, but no, it's still part of the issues they are causing, like trying to displace the farmers, try to disturb them. They will now leave the area and they'll go and bring their people to settle that in those areas. So it's actually a displace. They are displacing the Christians there. They are killing them like any way possible that they can do it. So that's the thing they are doing actually.
I have another a small video about a minute, maybe a minute and 20 seconds, and it goes into what you're talking about. You mind if I play it real quick?
A riot broke out, which they call the Zango Kataf riot. I was a young boy, very, very young then, and people were killed in scores. If you are not an Afsa person practicing Muslim in Islam, they were killed. Especially if you are from the southern part of Kaduna, the tribes from the southern part of Kaduna, they were massacred. It was called the Zango Kataf riot. And if the next thing they do is to burn churches, kill Christians, and then if they are done with that, then they focus on businesses that is for Igbo people, Igbo-owned businesses, and they destroyed it. I grew up knowing that Christians are an endangered species in Nigeria. In the year 2000, when the Sharia riots, how many of you have heard of the Sharia riot? Hundreds of thousands of people were killed in Kaduna. I can remember vividly that we had to defend our house from people. They brought some Fulani boys and they faced our house. They were shooting arrows. They were stoning our zinc. They spot our zinc shooting arrows. Even though I was a Muslim then, Even though my father was a Muslim then, but because majority of the people in our compound were Christians, so they were willing to destroy every one of us because we're living with Christians. I can remember a particular church in Mando, for those that know Mando, in Kaduna, called Chapel of Redemption. That church was destroyed. And so from that time, anytime there's a little hanky-panky in Nigeria, the first target is churches and Christians. And this has prevailed for a long time. That even if there's a problem with in another country, the Muslim and the Hausas in Nigeria will rise up and begin to kill Christians. How many of you remember the Miss World crisis in 2002, 2001, 2002? That somebody drew a picture of Muhammad or something in France, long away in France, and they began to fight in Nigeria. Are you following me? Christians are endangered species. Now let me give you, and that's how it has continued. Scores have been killed, and they focus on regions where there is a mixture of both Christianity and Islam. If you look at states like Kaduna, state like Plateau State, state like Nasarawa, state like Taraba, state like Benue, state like Bauchi, state like Gombe, state like Borno. These are places where they focus on because they intend to eliminate every living Christian in that place.
And that was basically what you were saying.
Yeah, and the thing about this guy now is he was once a Muslim. So he knows their activities and he repented. So he's talking from first-hand experience.
Right.
He was talking from first-hand experience. So this is the thing, the kind of thing they do. Like they try to make the trouble. Like in one way or the other, they just get the cow, puts there. It's the issue. Like it didn't even start like. For me, I think it's probably start like 20 years, more than 20 years. But it's systematically grew to the stage we are in now, currently.
Oh my goodness. This whole situation is blowing me away. The things that I'm reading, the things that I'm seeing, and I'm looking at my mindset before, and I have to say I'm embarrassed to just say,
I think the mainstream media will always say the lighter part of the story. That's why people see it the way they do.
I mean, I just cannot thank you enough because I'm just like, I see what's going on, and I'm like, I gotta get at least somebody. Could somebody talk about it? And I'm just so thankful.
I get a lot because I actually the one doing the favor because this is the best way I can lend my voice at least to help out the people that are actually passing through the persecution. Personally, to me, I haven't had any of my family anything that is affected, but I know people for real, like people, most of my tribesmen that are living in the north, most of them came back because of this issue. Like we are in the east of Nigeria, and where these things are happening majorly is in the north, the Christians in the north. So most of these Christians from my tribe that is living in the north, because they go there for businesses and stuff, maybe they settle there for a while doing their business, but because of this issue they now have to come back home. So when you see the stories, when you see them telling these stories, it's horrific. It's horrific. And days after Trump actually made that statement, probably 20 or more girls were kidnapped, school pupil, like the kids were kidnapped from the school. So imagine where a child is telling the story. It's traumatic. Imagine where a child is telling stories of how she escaped from these people. The girl was like, one of the videos I saw, the girl was like, she had to remove her shoes for her to run proper. Imagine the little kids going to that extent, removing the kids' shoes for her to actually run faster to escape these terrorists. And when I saw the shoe was torn because of the way she was running. So it's always horrific. The girl said she saw someone being dragged dead, a little kid of probably 12 years. So imagine the kind of trauma she will experience from that.
Yeah.
So bad.
I did a video about almost 2 years ago of what was going on in Malawi, to where they and also Uganda, to where they asked Russia, and they paid the Wagner Group to come in and to get rid of their
The
go ahead, say that again.
terrorists.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember this, the Islamic sect. I don't know if it was Boko Haram or whether if it was
Haram is definitely part of it because I had, and I think Burkina Faso did the same too.
and it's like I'm just thinking, what is it about them to where they need to take over the world? I mean, it I don't get it. Just to let people be.
Tell you the other part of it now. You know, the recent one with Burkina Faso and France. So you know the Burkina Faso military took over. Like there is a military coup in Burkina Faso, and the general now that is in the name of the president, the military commander now in Burkina Faso that is serving as the president. The
Right.
guy really wants. He's really after the well-being of his people, because since the French bases and French whatever left Burkina Faso, he's been really working hard to develop his country. So now what the French government will do from behind is they go and use these terrorists. They supply them arms, because France is losing a lot of money since they left the Burkina Faso. I think it's in 500 million, like in dollars. I've forgotten, but like they are losing a lot of money because Burkina Faso said no to whatever they are going to offer. So they are bitter about it, and they are also using these terrorists behind. And if you could see, since they left Burkina Faso and some of these other francophone countries, the French president had been aligning with the Nigerian president recently, and the Nigerian president is also speaking against the Burkina Faso military general or whatever. So all these things are always intertwined. Like you have a link. You always have a link.
Because I found it interesting that the Nigerian president spoke against him, but also spoke against Niger for wanting to be free and say,
Yeah.
no, you're going to have to pay us. You are not going to take our resources and then refine it over there and then sell it back to us. No, we're not going to do that. And then Nigeria's like, well, why don't you go ahead and let Macron have his way? And I'm just like, really, Tinubu, really? That
Think
sounds a
the,
little
the
foolish.
Niger president or the commander, the military general, was saying something recently. He said the French are currently in Nigeria mining Nigerian resources. So I think in a way those are those areas that these Fulani terrorists are operating on, because they see what is happening in Nigeria. So the Niger general said something recently about that. That the Nigerian president is working with the French president, and they are mining Nigerian resources illegally. Yeah.
So if
People,
Nigeria isn't careful, and when I say Nigeria, I mean the government. If they're trying to take over Nigeria, and then you have France in there, France can easily just do a clean sweep and take over Nigeria, and then Nigeria will become a French-speaking country if Tinubu doesn't stop the crazy stuff what he's doing.
I think the French government will be able to do that, but in a way, I think because Nigeria have borders with the Chad, Niger, so they are closer to each other. So I think the most they can do is to have a French base here, and they'll be monitoring activities of those French-speaking countries.
Hmm.
You understand? So
Yeah, I
that's
understand.
yeah. So I think that's the alignment, the level of alignment they can go. But I don't think the French government can take over Nigeria though.
Hmm. Okay. I mean, I got to look into that, and that I don't know.
Maybe if I can get the video, I will send to you as well. Like where the Niger something.
Okay. What I got to do? Oh, we've been at it for an hour and 30 minutes. It just the time
Yeah,
just went.
coming because it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, there is, and we have a lot more to pick back up. So, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Um. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. Um. I'm going to have to set up a time with you, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this video out. Just hold on. I'm going to take you down for a second. Excuse me. So you heard it for yourself. You heard it somebody, excuse me, Mr. XOB from Nigeria that gave you many of accounts of what had happened. Tune back in when we have another interview, and please like, subscribe, excuse me, and keep an eye on Nigeria. On that note, I want to thank you for stopping by.